back to another sit down video. I know it's been a really long time since I sat down and had a girl chat with you guys, but I'm really super excited for today's video because I'm going to be discussing how to navigate this online dating world in a plus size body. I am a plus size woman and I do have a little bit of experience in this because I met my ex-boyfriend, who is someone I really did care about online. However, even though it might have not worked out between me and him, it doesn't mean that it might not work out with you and your loved one. I feel like with me and him, it was just personal. It wasn't like there was a problem, like he's a good guy, I'm a good girl, like nothing bad happened, it just didn't work out. However, it kind of gives hope and it sheds light that people do meet online these days and it can happen for all shapes and sizes. So let me go into this video. So let me just start by saying thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you do love this sort of content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also hit that notification bell and smash that thumbs up button. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up right now. It's really helpful for me to navigate what people want to see, what people want to hear, and what videos you guys like. And also, I would love for you guys to comment below if you guys have ever met anybody online and how your experience is going or has gone in the past. Me dating online. So I want to go through some tips and tricks on how to navigate this awful online world. I know that it's a different world that we live in. We can't just go up to people and say, hey, what's up? Like, everyone's wearing a mask, or you don't want to get too close to people. People will look at you weird if you get too close to them. So it's just a different world that we live in. You know, we're not just at the bar casually hanging out. Guys are not just coming up to girls anymore. It's really weird. Has it happened? Yes, but does it happen as often as maybe the movies show it? No, it doesn't happen that often. It's just a weird world that we live in. I'm going to tell you how to navigate through your online profile, what I suggest you should put on there and what to look out for, because I want you guys to find love just as much as I want to find love. I'm actually not dating right now, but I just wanted to share this video because I just feel like this is good information. Like, I'm a success story. I had a boyfriend and we probably would have been married if he was my one, and I just don't think that he was my one, but he was a good guy. So the first thing that I want you guys to do when you're online dating, I want you to be super duper transparent. I had on my profile no dick pics, no hookups, looking for a serious relationship. And everybody who matched with me automatically knew, like, I'm serious business. I'm not, you know, here to play around. I'm looking for a husband. Like, that's what I'm here for. And, you know, that really helped me match with my ex because he also was looking for something serious. He wasn't looking for hookups. And if anything, he was new to it, so it kind of like made him feel a little bit better because he wasn't really on Tinder. That's where I met him. He wasn't really on Tinder very much, but he just so happened to, you know, see my profile. We matched and the rest was history, right? So basically, like I said, just make sure you're transparent in your profile. Be honest. Don't lie. Tell people who you are. Don't change yourself. Be unapologetically authentically yourself, because if you lie, you're gonna attract the wrong people and they're gonna find out the truth at some point. So you might as well just be upfront. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is be upfront about your photos. Don't use catfishy photos. Like, if you're a plus size woman and you're afraid that a guy's not gonna like you because you're plus size, don't just put selfies. He's gonna find out that you're plus size at some point. You might as well just get that shit out of the way. You might think like, oh, he might not give me a chance if he sees my body. Like, you don't want to be with someone who wouldn't give you a chance because of your body. You don't want to attract that type of man anyway. We're looking for men who are reading the profiles and finding out, does this woman match me? And who cares about the rest of them? You don't need the ones that are like, oh, superficial or whatever. So make sure you put full body pictures, a picture of your face, really clear cut pictures. Try not to put too many booby pictures because I made that mistake. You know, if you put a lot of like low cleavage or a lot of big booty pictures, they're gonna like assume, even without reading your profile, that you're just looking for a hookup. But you want to make it very clear, like, yo, like, I'm here for serious business, and that's that. And it's really cool because me and my ex were really serious. We both were looking to settle down. We both were looking to get married. It's just like I said, although it didn't work out, I found him because we were both all authentically ourselves. Another thing is that if you're gonna be online dating, guys, I would just strongly suggest lowering your standards a bit. And I don't mean like those really important standards. Like, there's certain things that are non-negotiables, but there's certain things that you're like, okay, I could live without. So example, so my ex-boyfriend was a bodybuilder. Don't have a problem with that. But he was not as tall as what I would want to be with. He actually was the exact same height as me. Some women would never go for that. Some women would be like, no, like, I need a guy who's 6 feet tall. If he's not 6 feet tall, it's all or nothing with me. I get it. I get that you might have a preference about what you want to date. However, you're obviously looking for someone to love you and someone who's gonna, you know, be a good partner to you. If that really is something that you can't be attracted to, like, just think of all the celebrities in the world, right? And think of the celebrities that are shorter or maybe your height that you're like, oh, he's cute. And because he's a celebrity, he's cuter. He's nicer to look at because you know he has money. You wouldn't mind dating him because he's a celebrity. I think you should think of it like that. Like, just because they might be shorter or might not look exactly how you pictured it, it doesn't mean you're not going to be attracted to them. Because a lot of people are like, I can't be attracted to a short guy. And it's like, well, I can understand maybe not being attracted to someone shorter than you. Like, that takes a bold woman. But if you're like, I would date someone who's shorter than me. Like, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. It's not a big deal to me. But if for you, you're like, yo, I can't be attracted to that, then fine. That's on your non-negotiables. But there's certain things, guys, that we have to let go. Another example of something that you might want to let go, like height, I said, was one. Another thing would be maybe money, like where they are in their status with their career. You might not want to date someone that makes less money than you. So you're looking on the profile and you're like, oh, well, he's a teacher. He doesn't make enough money. Like, I don't know. Just I don't know. I just picked a teacher because I don't know. Maybe he's a teacher and in your mind you're like, well, teachers don't make enough, you know, for them to date me. But you don't know where they are in their career. So you don't want to be looking at their profile and just assuming that they don't have money, or, you know, maybe they're a great guy. Maybe they're moving up in their career. You know, you don't want to make any assumptions. You want to get to know them and see how they treat you. So just make sure your non-negotiables are really important. So for an example of a non-negotiable that, you know, is usually not physical, something that would be a non-negotiable where I would be like, all right, fine, you got it, girl, would be like children. If you don't want to be with someone with a child, then that's a non-negotiable. You should just like not go for someone like that. Another thing that would probably be non-negotiable is lifestyle. So maybe you don't want to be with someone who smokes because that's not, you don't like that, you don't find it attractive. Another non-negotiable might be religion. You might not want to date someone who's not the same religion as you. So those are non-negotiables. But the other things are super duper lame, like height, physical, like if let's say you're like not into big guys, maybe he works out, maybe he's on his way to a health journey, you don't know, and it's your job to make sure that you're going deeper into the man than going into the physical, because we're never gonna get married if we're looking for every single physical thing that makes us happy. It's just not gonna happen. Can you? Maybe, but you know, at the same time, you just want to make sure that you're being open and honest. Like, look yourself in the mirror and think of all the stuff that maybe you're not perfect at, like you're not 100% perfect and have everything together. Maybe you're working on yourself. So look at it from that perspective. Like, maybe they're in a position where you're growing, they're growing. So just calm it down, because you know, a lot of my girls like to be super duper extra and they don't want to date anybody outside of their standards, which I don't agree with. So another thing that you want to navigate through is when you're actually starting to match with these guys, right? So you're matching, you're finding people attractive, you're liking their profile. Watch out for those messages that are just lame, like, hey sexy. Just ignore it. Or you're trying to hook up, or if you're having a conversation with someone and they're very sexual with you, or they make it very clear that they're trying to have fun, like the moment they say like, oh, what are you looking for, you know, on here, and they say like, oh, I'm just trying to have fun, like you should know if you're looking to settle down with someone, they're not what you're looking for. So you'd be like, okay, well, I'm looking for something serious. Well, and if they try to use that line like, oh, maybe it can grow to be something serious, like no, like you can contact me when you are 100% sure that you're ready to settle down. But until then, sorry babe, that's just my rules. You don't have to take my rule for it, but that's just my thing. Like, I need to know exactly what you're looking for. If you're not looking to settle down, I mean, hopefully he's not lying, because guys could just say what they have to say. You want to make sure that their actions meet up with their words. But I'm gonna trust the guy who says, oh, I'm looking for a wife, more than, oh, I'm just trying to chill, you know? When I met my ex on Tinder, the conversation was very much like, oh, respect, like, oh, you're beautiful, very respectful, looking to settle down, I want to meet you, I want to make sure that, you know, I'm looking for a wife, I'm looking for a husband. It was none of that, any of that side talk. It was nothing sexual with us. That's what I really appreciated about him, because I felt respected, I felt loved, I felt honored. Even before we even met, he made me feel like all that was just frivolous and that he was there for me. And that's the type of man you're trying to look for on these online dating apps. So when you meet for the first time, make sure it's a date. That's one of my non-negotiables. We're not gonna sit in the car. I've made plenty of mistakes of being like, let's meet at the mall. We sit in the car and we're just like, and we don't do anything. We're just sitting there, and then one thing leads to another, and it's weird, and then he wants you to do stuff it's just weird. That's happened to me where I've been stuck in a car with a man and I was just like, why am I in here? Like, we're not even doing anything. Like, this is weird. This is not a date. He really just wanted sexual stuff from me, clearly. So when I met my ex, our first date was on Valentine's Day, and we met at a restaurant which was on a waterfront. It was really high end. Not that every restaurant or date has to be high end, it's just how it happened for me. It was on Valentine's Day, and when I got there, you know, he had a bouquet of flowers waiting for me. He met me at the door because I was really late. I was not feeling well. I was like 20 minutes late. I felt so bad, but I made it, and he had a bouquet of flowers waiting for me. Ordered my food for me, I think. Like, I don't even remember ordering my whole food. He was just such a gentleman, and he made me feel special. And it's so weird, we took pictures the first day together. Like, he already knew, like, yeah. We were talking for maybe like a month before we met. So in his mind, when we finally got together and got on a date, it was like we were already dating. It wasn't like a question of what's happening here. It's like, yeah, game time. We're gonna take a picture. This is our first date. This is your flowers. This is Valentine's Day. Like, I didn't question his intention because he was treating me like he was trying to court me. So just make sure when you're meeting him, it's an actual date, and ask them, be like, yo, like, is this a date? Like, is this something that, you know, we're getting to know each other? Are you courting me? If it's not a date, then have him be upfront and say it's not a date. But just know what it is before you head into that situation. So another thing is that don't get caught up talking to the same guy for a really long time and him not committing, because the first guy I ever met on Tinder in person, we went on for 4 years without being in a committed relationship because we just kept meeting, but we never like moved forward in that. It was just like literally two different ends of the spectrum. Like, I've literally met guys that are literally not looking for a relationship, and then I've met guys who wanted to be in a relationship. I actually met two really good, genuine guys where we almost would have been something, you know what I mean? Like, it almost was there because we both were intentional about our dating. We weren't there to hook up. We made it very clear what we were there for. So we knew, like, when you talk to these people, you're dating, like, you're getting to know each other, like, things move fast because you're talking to them all the time. So yeah, I would suggest talking to them online for a little while before you meet with them in person. I met in person with maybe like 7 people in my life. Yeah, maybe like 7 people, and 2 of them amounted to almost something. One amounted to being my boyfriend. The other one, we never actually officially became boyfriend and girlfriend because he was just really busy and it just didn't work out. And then the first guy, forget it. 4 years later, he's writing me like, hey, maybe we should try being boyfriend or girlfriend. No, it's not what I want. Sorry, you took too long. You took too long. So those are my tips and tricks. I hope that's helpful. I don't have any, like, I do have some crazy horror stories. If you guys want to hear about those, comment below. I'd be happy to go through like the things that I went through dating. And I also would be happy to go through like the whole relationships from the beginning to the end with me and my ex, and how that went and why it didn't work out. Happy to go through that, but use those steps. Just make sure you're intentional, you're upfront and honest. Don't catfish, don't super edit your photos. Be authentically yourself, because once they meet you, they're gonna know, like, you lied to them. You don't want to start a relationship in a lie. Also, like I said, you want to make sure that you know their intentions, and don't be too harsh on these dating websites. Like, everybody has flaws, everybody has things that they're working through, so don't judge. Meet them, figure out what their intentions are, and then you do what's best for you. Another thing I want you guys to remember is that it's okay to reach out to the boy first. When I met my ex, which, you know, we were very much close, like I said, it just didn't work out. When I met him, I reached out to him first. I said hello. He didn't reach out to me, and I don't know why. I never do that, but that time, like, me taking the initiative really helped catapult our relationship, because I was confident enough to go for what I wanted, and I just saw the muscles. Honestly, I saw the muscles. I saw that he had a job. He was wearing like a button-up shirt. He like seemed like a professional. And I was just like, okay, well, he has muscles. Like, it was all physical at first. And then when I found out what he was looking for, we were talking about wedding rings and engagement rings like a week or two into us texting. You know, I was sending him pictures of engagement rings because he knew, like, I want to settle down. I want to be in a relationship. I want to do that, you know? So he was very clear and intentional in understanding that I was gonna move quick. I'm ready. I was ready for it. Don't be afraid to reach out to the guys. Be super duper upfront. How I texted him, I'm pretty sure I was just like, hey, how are you? And then we just started talking, you know? Be like, hey, what's up? Love your profile. Don't be weird. I mean, that's a weird sentence. Don't use that sentence. That's weird. Just be like, hey. And if they respond back, hey, there you go. You're in, you know. Once you match, you're pretty much in. You know they're attracted to you because you got a match. So being plus size is kind of irrelevant to it because they know you're plus size before they get there. I know a lot of people feel like plus size women are gonna like hook up with them just because they're plus size. But that's on you, sis. If you go with that energy, like, yeah, like, whatever, I'm gonna flirt with him and be sexual with him, like, that's on you. But you can carry yourself in a way where it's like, no, thank you, even though you might want to. Be clear, like, just don't get upset when you go to hook up and then it doesn't amount to anything. You have to, like, have clear intention, go for the goal, don't waver what you want, you know, and you should be able to find some successful love. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this is helpful to somebody out there. I really wanted to just give you guys some little tips of what I did to find the guy that I was dating and how I made it serious. You know, honestly, it was great for when it was great, and then it wasn't because we just had different mindsets, and that's okay. But just know it's possible. And maybe your love is out there. A lot of these guys, a lot of these people, they download dating apps and they don't know what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any dating horror stories and if you would want me to do my dating horror stories, and if you've had any issues catapulting your online dating world. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.